Pretty woman, yeah, pretty woman, give your smile to me. Because I need you, I'll treat you right. Come to me, baby. Be mine tonight. Mark Douglas. Hey, what's going on? Sterling, good morning, good morning. All right. Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Beyond Babbitt. Hello, Kevin Scott. Shalom, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Babbitt. This is your host, Brian Anthony, reporting for duty. Brian Anthony, reporting for duty. Left and right, salute. How's everybody doing, man? It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Devil Dog, if it's Monday, it's Beyond Babbitt. Yes, sir. Man, well, let's go ahead and jump right into it, man. I'm glad to hear from y'all. Glad to see y'all, man. Glad to talk to y'all, man. Well, guys, we did it. We survived the first purge. You know, thousands of YouTube channels axed. You know, I did a report about that a few months ago. I was saying by about August. I was like, by about August, none of us might be here. And a whole bunch of them are gone, Jack. The ones that aren't gone are demonetized. And everybody who's left got to be a little smarter. So the platforms are changing. And it's good to see, man. I've seen a lot more channels. Like, I watched this morning a little bit of hacking the headlines. Now it's hacking the homestead. She's talking about going off grid. Wow, Mark Douglas, it's a trip that you say that. Power was flashing on and off during the little storm, and all the neighbors across the street went out. I talked to some buddies of mine this morning. A tree fell on one of my buddies' house. When I came out this morning, I got on the road early this morning, about 2 a.m. I saw big oak trees. Looked like these trees could be 100 or so years old, uprooted, laying in the middle of the street. So I watched Paul Begley yesterday, and so the storm. Now y'all guys know I'm not careful about what I say. I'm just gonna say it. If AI ding me, then they ding me, but the storm was guided, man. There was some type of flash of light before it came. There was even no, as far as I know, we were predicted, the news people had predicted there was going to be sunny all weekend, like in the 90s. And it was. There was no rain in the forecast, no storm or nothing. And all of a sudden, I don't know if it was a big blue flash of light or a white flash of light. I don't know where it came from. It was directed energy, man. It was a DEW weapon, DEW. And then boom! All of a sudden, rain. Man, it rained so hard. Then the trees were just flowing over. Hello, Myra Dillahunty. All right, good deal. Dehydrating, all right. So the trees were just bowing and swaying. And so all the yards had just been cut, looking good. And then, shoot, it rained for a good 30 minutes to an hour. After that, man, they all kind of trees and grass, all laying in everybody's yard. I'm like, man. And they said it was 70 miles per hour straight winds. They said there's still like 300,000 people without power in the city. In downtown Dallas, there was a crane, construction going on here continuously. A crane fell and landed on some lofts downtown, and so far one person dead. Parking garage collapsed. Sirens everywhere. And on top of that, man, the crime rate in Dallas hasn't been this high since the early 90s. Last month, the month of May, we had over 40-something murders. That's like double what we usually have. The late 80s and early 90s, Dallas was the murder capital of the United States, of the world. And that died off, and that's a good thing. But shoot, man, it's turned up. So many people getting shot left and right. Robberies, murders, I don't know if it's the 5G or what they doing. It's just everybody's in a bad mood. Road rage. I'm staying out the way, guys. We got to survive the purge. Yeah, Mark Douglas. Yeah, man. I'm like, whoa, what the crap is going on? And then, okay, so what was that? Thursday night, Thursday evening, Thursday night. And appreciate the thumbs up, appreciate the like, man. That helps to beat the algorithm. Hello, Prince Smith. Good morning, shalom. So Thursday, it was a bunch of accidents. People, man, it was on. I was on I-20. Man, I was on I-20, and like I said, I roll at 2, 3 in the morning. Man, it was cars just. It was a 3-car. They were all burnt up. Everybody was dead, and then about a mile down was some more cars. It was just cars everywhere, just wrecked. I'm like, what's going on? At this time in the morning, why? It's not like it's a traffic jam. How y'all getting in the wrecks and the cars burning up, people dying? And then it was drag racing. 2 young guys drag racing. They both died. One of them looked like a Dodge Charger. Oh, he dead instantly, man. The whole front of his car looked like a tin can. It's only the back car from back seat backwards was there. The rest of the car from the very front bumper to past the front seat, all that was smushed up like a tin can. People drag racing and going on, man, and time's getting tough out here. So this weekend, right? You know, I was talking to a lot of people. Man, I had so many people with jobs, people with their own businesses, people who, I mean, everybody was like, they broke. They waiting on money. They waiting on somebody to pay them so they can pay this. And, you know, people with real estate, rental houses, all kind of stuff. I'm like, man, what's going on? You know, I'm like, something is going on, guys. So we knew this. I mean, that's why the focus of the channel had changed. And I'm glad y'all here with me, man. I'm glad the growth is here, because we got to provide our own food, man. The next big failure is going to be the money failure. And half everybody who been saying they're not going to the FEMA camp, they going. They going. Like I keep telling y'all, I'm out at all times of the day and night. And today alone, I got approached 3 different times. People that, you know, after 2 in the morning come up begging. One, you know, walking, some in cars, some. I'm like, dang, everybody broke. Everybody, oh, I need this, I need that. Can you help me with this and that? Some of it's game. I mean, but what kind of people are out at this time of morning begging? Drugs, drug addicts, you know, prostitutes, maybe some people who want to rob you. You know, if you, man, you know, what kind of people out at? It's tough. It's tough, man. And so I've been noticing Dallas, Texas in the news. Oh, it was a police shot somebody, killed somebody in Fort Worth yesterday. It's live. They did it on live. Somebody was filming it live on Facebook. They surrounded the guy who was in the truck. About 8 officers surrounded him. Told him to get out. He didn't get out. They busted the window and then out. Oh, they shot him 12 times or 15 times. Killed him. And man, whole bunch of stuff is going on, man. You got to walk on eggshells around here. That's why we got to come out, guys. We got to be on our own. We got to have our own. We got to grow our own food, because I just found out today that, okay, so Texas, we've been having some flooding too, but Dallas does well. It'll flood here, and then about a couple of hours, all the water be gone like it ain't did nothing. Houston, man, it was so bad the other day. The freeway looked like an ocean in Houston. It was underwater. I mean, I don't know how it looks now, but I'm like, man. And so I saw that the Midwest is still getting hit, and that's where the staple crops come from. The Southeast is getting hit, flooded. They named all these different places. I caught a Lisa Cabrera report this morning. I'm like, man. So you know what that means, guys? We need to grow our own food, because the grocery stores are not going to have any. I believe it's going to start catching up with us somewhere around August. We're not important. Okay, the food, we used to get a lot of the food from China, Mexico, and overseas and stuff like that. Well, you know what's happening. The trade wars, that's going to slow down, or the prices are going to rise. And then we haven't been able to grow food here in the States, and where we usually grow them, because the weather hasn't been right. California's been the swarm of earthquakes in California's, dozens and dozens of earthquakes. I mean, we grow, okay, so we grow food in the U.S., we grow food in Florida, we grow food in California, we grow food all over the Midwest and the South, Southeast, Southwest. That's where the weather is always good. You know, in the spring you can count on the crops. They're gonna fail, guys. A lot of that stuff is still underwater. They're gonna fail. You need to grow your own. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but me too. And I'm still looking for some organic seeds, guys. One thing about it, we need to bless each other with seeds, because Monsanto we don't need to deal with them. So if you have organic seeds, you're growing something, bless somebody else, and so they can start and bless somebody else. Yeah, that's terrible, Mark Douglas. That's terrible. And where I was, when the red lights go out, you know, they got like in certain parts of the city, we have light rail, dark rail. So in some parts of the city, it's above the street, you know, it's above the highway. Just so whatever happens, just happens. But then in some areas, it's street level. So if the red lights are not coordinated, that thing is running, man, people are gonna die. It's gonna run over somebody. It's gonna run over car. Oh man, chaos, man. And it was a do. It was directed. It was directed. Just like a few months ago when the stuff happened in New York and Louisiana, how they blew up all the stuff, the transformers. Yeah, same thing happened. And then transformers start blowing up in Dallas. Yesterday and the day before. I'm like, man, what's going on? What's going on? But where I was, the power, it blinked like, you know, like the Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein, when he was trying to turn it on, he hit the thing and then he came back. It didn't go out. But across the street, all their stuff went out. I believe it maybe still be out. They're saying it's like 300,000 people without power. Same in Paradise, California. Yeah, man. So guys, they're telling us, lamestream media, which I haven't been watching it, but every now and then I tune in. They're telling us the economy is great. Oh, jobs and stuff is good. Oh, everybody has money. Oh, you know, no, man. The true economy is, even the house flippers starting to slow down. The real estate starting to slow down. Like I said, I talked to so many people this weekend. Everybody was broke. Everybody was waiting on some money, or waiting on this, waiting on a paycheck, waiting on my rent money, waiting on this, waiting on. I'm like, wow. So that's the money velocity, how money changes hands at the rate it changes hands in the community. So if I owe you, so you waiting on me to pay you, so you ain't got no money until I get the money to pay you, and it's a domino effect. And then once the food, once the store, and a lot of the Walmarts here are without power now, can't open. A lot of the gas stations that's without power can't pump gas. Could be the apocalypse, guys. So when I say surviving the first purge, I was really talking about the YT purge, because they don't want the truthers, you know, saying stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? They don't want warning people to be prepared for whatever's coming. So it's still a spiritual battle, good versus evil. Get that in the house. Get your house in order first. But at the same time, it's physical, because we have to sustain these physical bodies. Without food, you die. Without water, you die. You and your pets and your family, your spouse, your kids. Okay? And we need a community. We need like-minded people, because some people right now are thinking opportunity. They thinking criminal. They be like, ooh, the lights out. That means their security system ain't working. Let's go rob and steal and kill and cheat and lie and see what we can get. Like I say, the murder rate is already the highest in Dallas has been in like 30, 40 years. It's been high. It's high. It's not nothing like Chicago. I saw something like in Chicago, 50 people shot in one weekend. Well, in Dallas, they don't tell you how many people get shot. They just tell you how many die. So it was 40-something murders last month, the month of May. Most of them unsolved. They say Dallas is lacking the police force. So it's a metroplex. Dallas, Fort Worth, and all the surrounding cities. All the other cities pay the cops more. So Dallas is down almost 700 officers. Almost 700 officers left. They're lacking. So a lot of these murders are going unsolved. A lot of these crimes are going unsolved. So you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to stay ready to keep from getting ready. Wow. Woo. It's getting bad. And they're not telling us this on the mainstream. And I just caught a little piece of James Munder. He was talking about how the tent cities in Los Angeles are just spread, and it's getting close to the ocean. Man, this place is, but they telling us on the mainstream, oh, everything's good. Jobs are paying up, minimum wage. Oh, we created this many jobs and trade and everything's good. It's not what I'm seeing here on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm all over this place. I'm here, there, and everywhere. I'm talking to people all everywhere. Heirloom, yes, Chris Smith, we need that. And a lot of people saying that, you know, the ground is not going to be, it's going to be too late to plant. We got to do something. We got to try something. You know, some window seal starts, and then later on maybe transfer it outside. Or, you know, you got to do something. You got to try something, because if you do nothing, you're going to be in the FEMA camp. You know, a lot of people be like, oh, I know this and I know that. It ain't about what you know, what you're doing. You see? What are you doing? It's not about what you know. I know this, I know that, and I know this. Okay. Well, guess what? Let me make sure I don't turn the volume down here. Make sure this is up. Yeah. So, guess what? It's going to catch up with us in a few months, guys. By around the end of August, going into the winter, it's going to be food shortages. A lot of jobs are laying off. A lot of jobs are planning to close down. A lot of the Fortune 500s. Microgreens indoors. Good idea, Sterling. Excellent idea. A lot of these big companies that are employing people, you know, that's why people are paying for the cars. That's how they're paying for the homes and everything else they bought on credit. They're going to be laid off. And those people, if they can't find money because they didn't pay cash for the house and the car, but they're not going to have a house and they're not going to have a car. Okay. I think we're going to start seeing people, you know how it used to be decades ago when you'd have a grandmother, you'd have 3 or 4 generations of the family in one living place, cramped, you know, 3 people in a room, 4 people, 5 people per room, just to make it. It may be going there soon, guys. For those of us or those of you or who have the money, who have the opportunity to get out of the city, it's the excellent time now. Right now, that opportunity is not here for me yet. I'm still praying. I'm still hoping. I'm still planning, right? To get out of the city, get acres of land. Tribulation next, blessings, shalom. Oil fields are slowing down too? Wow. Man. But see, they're not telling us all this. They're not telling us the inside baseball. They're lying to us so we can be like this, so we can walk blindfolded right into the trap. Guys, the New World Order is about to unfold. It's about to unfold. And by not taking action, you're already making a choice. The separation is happening. You know how the Bible in 2 places, in Revelation and in Corinthians, tell us, come out of her, my people. So we were born into Babylon. We were born into this system. So there's nothing you have to do to get in it. You're already in it. And if you don't get out of it, you're going to take the mark of the beast. It's just a fact. You have to do something to come out. Deception. Yes, sir, Sterling. You have to do something. You have to take action to come out. You just can't go along with what's going on and expect to be all right. You're going to be in the mark of the beast. And the scripture talk about whoever takes the mark of the beast, their name is going to be blotted out of the Lamb's book of life. You know what that means? That means you won't get eternal life. So that means you're going to get eternal death. It means you're going to hell. It means the second death. Stuff is real, guys. Stuff is real. So if you're depending on your job, you need to be trying to get a second source of income, your own thing, some kind of your own business, something you know how to do that you can buy, sell, and trade with like-minded people. Because there may come a time We can't use their currency. Look on the back of the currency. Look at all the wicked symbols and stuff. Have you? I know a lot of my audience has already studied the symbols that's on the back of that stuff, and even the Latin words and stuff on there and what that means. Nuevo Ordo Seclorum, New Secular Order, New World Order. It's a whole bunch of other stuff on there. I know that's right, Tribulation X. But what we can do is, because we don't even have to go that far, if we come out, we ain't got to worry about that. If we come out, we ain't got to worry about that. It's going to be the ones of us who get stuck in here, who get stuck in Babylon, who they're going to give you that choice. If we come out of her, because the Bible says if we don't participate in her sins, we're not going to receive of her plagues. See? So we got to come out. We got to do the best we can. With like-minded people, we got to make them relationships now. I know that's right. Bricks and brooms. Oh, man, I missed that. I couldn't see that one. But yeah, a lot of people are thinking, oh, when there's no laws, they're going to have it made. No, you're not. You're going to be eating out the garbage can. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest gang is going to be the one that's winning. You know, a lot of people, they think, I got a $1,500 AR-15. No, nothing's going to happen to me. Somebody's going to take that away from you. You by yourself. You by yourself. Okay? A group of 20 guys with 22s. They're going to take they want that AR-15. Whatever you got, they want it. Wow, Mark Douglas. Yeah. So, yeah, you want to be armed. You want to have knives and swords. You want to have guns and ammo. You want to have food and water and a way to purify the water. And you want to be separate from these zombies, man, from the people who don't love Yah, who don't love the Lord. Because if they don't have love in their heart, they'll eat you. You get hungry, they be like, oh, I don't know him, I don't know her. They'll do whatever to you. They don't care. They don't care. And laugh. You know, the devil's kids. Children of Belial. So now everyone I see, guys, big pots. All right, Purge Smith. That's a good idea. Definitely. Definitely. So now everyone I see is a stranger. I'm looking at them with suspicion if they're coming to me. Because the robberies are going up. They got to find a way to put you to sleep. They got to come to you all nice. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, and as soon as you let your guard down, give it up. You know what I mean? So you got to be ready. You got to look at everybody with suspicion. Unfortunately, that's the times we're in now. And it's going to get worse. So, you know, everybody approaching. And that's unfortunately bricks and brooms. I mean, you know, I had a buddy of mine, he got a gun, got several guns, and he be saying stuff like, I don't want to shoot nobody. Well, you might as well sell them guns. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have them guns, and somebody come and kick your door in, you have to be willing to use them. Otherwise, you might as well not have them. You're not going to scare nobody. Because if you pick them guns up and you're not willing to use them, you're just going to aim them thinking they're going to run away. They probably have a gun too. They're going to shoot. They're there for a reason. They're not kicking that door open for nothing. And it's unfortunate. So we need to have different plans. We get these plans together now. $64. You know, that was kind of how it was like this morning when I got up. I got up a little after midnight. It was close to 80 degrees. And then a few hours later, the temperature dropped down in the 60s. And now it's supposed to go back up close to 90. I'm like, this is some crazy stuff. It doesn't do this in Texas. It doesn't do this like this. This is a strange weather. You know, it's either Nibiru, Planet X, whatever they call it, and its weather system is in our universe causing the Earth to do this, or they're directing the energy to make it do this stuff. They want the crops to fail. They want everything to fail, the food to fail, because they got to bring in this NWO. They want the currency to fail. They have to bring in this NWO. They want to sucker everybody into the stock market. because they have to bring in this NWO. So we got to do our best, guys. Surviving the first purge, I was really thinking about YT. But the first purge, think about the movie. It's about to happen, guys. Remember that first purge? Was that the first purge one? I've seen, I think, 2 or 3 of the purge movies. Was it the first purge where they all lined up and the government was paying them to participate in the purge, to go out and do your civic duty and get rid of some people? Paying them. And it was like they had to put the contacts. I believe that was the first purge. Yeah, no tornadoes here either. Straight winds, 70 miles per hour, knocking over everything. See, here in Texas, we got, well, at least in the North Texas, oak trees, big, thick. They don't grow as tall as the, like when you go to East Texas or Louisiana, Georgia, they got tall pine trees, the skinny ones. No, Texas, these trees are so big, stout trees. They short and fat. So they low to the ground, so it's hard for the wind to just blow them and knock them over. You know, these trees are old, man, old. Oh, man, that wind just took them trees up like it was nothing. Blew them over, broke them in half. Wow. So, yeah, guys, we got to be ready, man. We got to be ready. We have to be ready. So you have to have a business. You have to have a skill. I don't care what it is. You have to be able to make, if your job closed down today, would you be like, I got to file for my unemployment, or I got to ask the government for some assistance, you know? If you got to do that, you're going to the FEMA camp. You know, if you got to wait for them to, I know most everybody who has a job and we're thinking ahead, and at one time it was a good idea to have a 401k, right? But if everything you have is in that 401k, what if you can't get to it? What if they can't give it to you? What if they tell you, oh, well, wait 6 months, you know, we got some kind of problem we got to work out. Can you make it? You have to have a skill that you can do. You have to be able to survive on your own. Otherwise, you're going to the FEMA camp. And then you're going to have to, you know, when they bring in the NWO, everybody in the FEMA camp, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, everything's all good. All you got to do is take this little mark, and you're going to be good. How many people going? Oh, what that say? Oak wilt? Yeah. But you have to have a skill, because if you go to them FEMA camps, they're going to make it sound good. Oh, yeah, we got recreation. You know, we got 3 hots in a cot. You can take a hot shower and all this stuff. Yeah, but in order to get out of there, it's basically going to be a re-education camp, and you're going to have to take that mark, because the dollar is dead, guys. Fiat currency is dead. All of them they're all tied together. You see, they've been keeping silver and gold down so far. The average person is not investing in it anymore. But don't let them dictate to you what you should invest in. They try to make it to, keep throwing your money at stocks and bonds. You know, yeah, but that's all fake. The house always win. It's like the game of hot potato. You remember that hot potato? Or the game of the musical chairs? Yeah, you don't want to be the last one to sit down. You're going to lose your spot. So we gotta be ready, guys. We gotta get ready now. If you don't know how to make clothes, you don't know how to sew, why not learn like today? We don't have a lot of time. Okay, you learn what you can on gardening and planting. You gotta start, you gotta practice, you gotta do something like right now. Because we're looking at a few months, guys. Remember last year I told y'all, in the dreams, have everything ready by December 21st. Stock market crash, just like I predicted last year. It's inflated now, but everything's fake. These company stocks are so high and the companies are failing. Everything's fake right now. So personally, I'm not invested in the stock market. I don't even watch it. I don't know where the numbers are. I don't care. That's not gonna, fiat currency, I'm looking for a way out of fiat currency. Barter system, guys. Barter system. Because if you grew your own crops, well, then I'll trade you some of my squash for your zucchinis. I'll trade you some of these potatoes for some cotton or whatever, you know. Mini ice age coming, yeah, that's possible, Purge Smith. I've been hearing that. And the almanac, I mean, everything is cyclical. It goes in circles like that. So I don't doubt it. But whatever's coming, it's like they're trying to make it, whether it's natural or man-made or, AI or the devil, whatever's doing it, we're trying to make it to where food is going to be scarce. Quote-unquote jobs are going to be scarce. If you're not in the club, you're not going to be able to be employed. Do you really want to be in the club, though? Do you really want to be a part of that? And nobody knows where to run to. People are like, oh, I'm going to move over here. Oh, I'm going to move over there. How you know? How you know you're not jumping out of the frying pan right into the fire? Like, well, they say it's going to flood over here. I'm going to move over there. Okay, well, if the flood don't get you, then the fire's going to get you. If the fires don't get you, then the earthquake's going to get you. And then if it don't do none of that, then what if it's a lack of rain and a drought get you? So first of all, we have to be prayed up. We have to listen to the spirit of Yah that's within us, because he might not want everybody to go the same direction. He might want some people to stay right where they are. He might want some people to go. Whatever he tell you to do, after you pray about it, but you got to be close to him to be able to hear his voice. Whichever direction he tell you to do, you do that. Don't be waiting for no direction from your friend who, well, my mom is a Christian too, or a Hebrew Israelite, or love Lord too, so I'm going to do whatever the God tell her to do. No. You need to have your relationship, because he might split y'all up. Remember, when he pulled Abraham out, at first Lot came with him, and Abraham's dad came with him. Now, Abraham's dad was a pagan. He worshipped other gods. We don't know what happened to him. The 66 books don't tell him. But soon they split off. Lot and Abraham split away from Abraham's dad. And then it tells us about when he finally split Lot away from Abraham as well. Even though scripture in Hebrew said Lot was a righteous man. But his wife, her heart was in Babylon. Her heart was in Sodom and Gomorrah. When the angel came to deliver him for Abraham's sake, because Abraham asked him to, told him don't look back. She lusted after her. She looked back, turned into a pillar of salt. His wife wasn't right. And when God split Abraham and Lot up, God told Abraham, now look to the north, east, south, and west. He said, now I can bless you. And to separate them. But they all came out together. But the separation wasn't through. The separation is already beginning here now too, guys. Some people don't even realize it. Some people ain't made a move. Well, guess what? By not making a move, you've already made your choice. You've already chosen a side. By not choosing a side, your side is already chosen. You got to do something. And this is not a joke. This is not a joke. So think of a business you can do. That you can do business with like-minded people and survive. You don't want to necessarily have to put yourself in danger, because if you're dealing with the heathen, they don't like you anyway. See what they did to the Messiah? They didn't like him. I mean, if you got to deal with them, but I would exercise extreme caution, because as times get worse, you're going to be the enemy. You know what I'm saying? The Bible talks about all those who live godly is going to have to deal with persecution. So why not be around other godly people? At least you ain't gonna have to worry about that. Come out as far as you can. Do something. By doing nothing, you've already made a choice. So the thing with Mexico, it's supposed to have been worked out. We were supposed to hit them with more tariffs because the Trojan army steady coming. Mexico's letting them in. Mexico's New World Order. They signed the UN migratory pact. And so Trump said, we're going to start hitting y'all up until October. We're going to keep turning up the tariffs. Yeah, I heard about that. We got to come out from up under the Pope. That ain't real stuff. And the Pope is a false prophet. We got to deal with that. We got to follow that book. We got to come out from up under the system, guys. So We were supposed to start hitting Mexico with tariffs all the way up until October, till it's 25%. Well, now they decided, well, they don't want that. They sent troops to the border with, I believe, Guatemala, something like that, to prevent the tariffs from being. But it's not gonna stop, guys. This trade war, this WWE, WWF, World War III, whatever you want to call it, this stuff is still going on. Stuff is still going on. Remember the Georgia Guidestones, okay? Okay. So we have to exercise caution. We have to come out. We have to, and we got to do it now. We can't wait to be like, well, I'm gonna wait, 4 or 5 more years and 10 more years and you're going to the FEMA camp. Hello, Joe Berlin. Shalom, shalom. Yeah, so we have to do it like right now, guys. Right now. You have to develop these skills. I know some people already have them. Some people haven't even thought about them. If you don't have a skill, what good are you? What good are you going to be to anybody if you can't do anything? You know what I'm saying? And again, I have to reiterate, if you can't feed yourself, right? If you can't provide your own self with food, you're either a prisoner, you're a slave, or you're a pet. Which one are you? You have to be able to provide your own food. If somebody else has to feed you, you're a prisoner or a slave or a pet. So whatever you like to eat, grow it, raise it, or do business with the people who grow it and raise it. And then you may not even have to pay for it. Find another way to pay it. If you do plumbing work, tell them, hey, I'll do some plumbing work for you if you give me this and that. Barter system, guys. Pretty soon the fiat currency is going to play out. We're not going to be able to use that much longer. And I feel sorry for those people who rest. They think, what was that man? It's a man in the Bible. What did he say? He said, all his barns were full and he did good. He was like, yeah, we're going to eat, drink, and be merry. He said, I'm going to tear down my barns and build new ones. He was ready, And then it said, thou fool, tonight thy soul is required of thee. See, he was already ready to kick back. He thought it was easy living from then on. He said, thou fool, tonight thy soul is required of thee. He was like, eat, drink, and be merry. Nah, we ain't got no time to rest. We got no time to rest. And if all your assets and everything is in fiat, $100,000, $1 million, $1 billion in fiat, guess what? It's about to turn to boo-boo. It's going to be nothing. A lot of people are going to commit suicide. When all that they worked for, whether they lied, cheated, stole, or whether they worked hard and honest and got it, when that fiat go to zero, it's going to turn to boo-boo. All that stuff you was resting on, thinking, oh yeah, I can chill for a couple of years and this and that. Nah. And then what you have? You don't have a skill. You don't have anything to barter with. Got to be smarter than that, guys. Got to be smarter than that. So I do know this. I do know that silver and gold is going to have value until Yahshua HaMashiach come back. Because they're going to offer the Antichrist silver, gold, and precious stones. The only reason they're going to throw the silver and gold on the streets when Yahshua HaMashiach come back is because it's judgment time, man. Then they're going to throw their gold and silver idols in the street. You don't need it. Exactly, Jimmy from Tucson. Don't sell your birthright for a bowl of soup. Exactly. So you need to do it now, guys. Now. We should have had everything ready by December 21st, 2018. Now we 6 months into the new year, 2019. Now you see what's happening? You see what's going on? Now the rest of the year, from the things I've been looking at, from June to December, we're finna see a total collapse, economic collapse. The everything bubble is about to pop. A lot of people who laughed and poo-pooed it, oh, ain't there's nothing gonna happen, oh, I ain't gonna do it. You ain't made a move yet, might be too late. Prepare for the FEMA camps. Or it may be prepare your children for the slaughter. So it's still not too late. It's coming for sure, yes, Joe Berlin. So right now it's not too late to do something. To do something. We definitely have to stop supporting Babylon. We definitely have to stop supporting Babylon. And we got to do our best to be around like-minded people, to follow Yah, and the line upon line, precept upon precept, all his statutes and commandments. Got to follow it. I was reading, where was I at? Matthew or Mark, one of them. We're going to be under the law. You know how to quote unquote these people in the 501c3 saying we ain't under the law no more. Jesus said we're going to be under the law till heaven and earth pass away. He said not one jot or one tittle shall pass away from what he said, from none of the law, none of that, until heaven and earth pass away. Yeah, Michael Douglas. It's a debt trap. And they lulling everybody to sleep saying, oh, it's going to be all right. Don't worry about a thing. Just don't worry. Go back to sleep. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry. But they getting ready. You see them? You see how all these quote-unquote rich people are building underground bunkers, storing up all kind of food and seeds and heirloom seeds and buying places and other, getting out of this country. And maybe they know where to go. Maybe they're the ones who help it direct the destruction to this country. Who knows? Or maybe they have a connection with other spirits who telling them, hey, we're going to, this is going to happen over here. Go do this. No. Yeah, going to New Zealand, yeah. They're going to Dubai. They're going to a whole bunch of places, but they're getting out of here. And while they're opening the door and telling all these aliens, migrants, immigrants, whatever you call them, here, go there. Send them in about 1,000. But they getting out of here. Well, it's all about survival. But it's all about your soul, too. That's the first thing. You have to be right with the Heavenly Father so he can give you instruction, because the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. But you got to do something. It ain't just, I'm going to go to this 50c3 and worship the sun on Sunday, pay my little money and go back home and everything going to be all right. You're a fool. Because you don't find none of that in Scripture. And you're going to be the one that it was talking about. He said you got to make a choice. You want this mark of the beast or not? Or you're going to get beheaded. And a lot of people ain't ready to go to everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. And don't nobody want to die. It's people with cancer and AIDS and all kind of sicknesses. They still trying to hang on to life. They don't want to die. They don't want to die. Well, you got to do something now. You got to make a move, guys. We got to come out of Babylon totally. From the dietary laws to the clothes we wear, to the deeds we do, from the things we watch with our eyes, from the things we hear, from the words we say, from the actions we participate in, the holidays, everything. We got to analyze everything. And if it ain't lining up with where we need to be, the direction we're going, and we need to cut stuff loose. Got to cut some people loose too. The separation is happening now. Okay. It's about surviving the first purge. I believe it's going to be purge, after purge, after purge, after purge. Don't forget the Bible speaks about wormwood falling in the ocean, a star falling from heaven hitting the ocean, making the water bitter. There ain't going to be no fresh water. You ain't going to be able to drink no water. But I believe that just like in Goshen, when the children of Israel were protected, when the plagues hit Egypt, same thing. But we got to separate. We got to separate from them and get together. One mind. We got to be like-minded. Can't be compromising. Can't be compromising. Well, guys, I don't want to hold y'all too long, man. It's good talking to everybody, man. We need to become holy. Yes, sir, Sterling. That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing. You can't just live in a kind of way and think, you buy these few little technology devices that you're going to survive. No, it ain't going to help you. Matter of fact, what is that, Isaiah 14? He even talk about even if you make your habitation among the stars, even if you jet out here on a spaceship, you're not going to get away. You're not going to get away. You better be holy. That's the way you're going to be protected. Isaiah 4. Because for all of Israel, it's going to be a defense. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, it don't matter if you think, oh, I'm gonna go live on the International Space Station. They're actually selling trips there now. They're even preparing people to live up there now. They're preparing stuff at the bottom of the ocean you can live now, to escape catastrophe. Of course, they're digging deep in the earth, digging deep in the mountains. If you have the money, the millions of dollars it takes, you can buy these spaces. Oh, and they're guaranteeing you, oh, this will survive nuclear war, this will survive this and that, and so on and so forth. Nah, it can't survive the Almighty. Because he said, even if you make your habitation among the stars, you still gonna have to face it. Best thing is to live holy. Yes, Chris Smith. Only. Follow Jesus Christ only. That's right. So, and he's putting it in not only in my spirit, a lot of other people's spirit. Go off grid, come out from among them, come out of her, touch not the unclean thing. Don't participate in their sins so you don't receive a plague. Grow your own food. Learn how to, every knee shall bow. Yes, exactly. You need to do something to be able to clothe yourself, feed yourself, and be to where you don't have to worry about going to the grocery store, to where you don't need them for anything. Because they got a date with destiny coming. And we need to be separate. We need to live how he told us to live. And we need to do it like right now. Like right now. We've seen how bad it's already got. And we're just halfway through this year. We got 6 more months. If you think the spring and so far this beginning of summer has been bad, and officially I don't even think it's summer yet. If you think it's bad now, just wait. Just wait to the rest of June, July, August, September, and then going into the winter. Oh man, if you think last winter with all them polar vortexes and mess was bad, just think how this winter gonna be. A lot of people ain't lifted a finger. I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna get raptured out. If you were getting raptured out, he wouldn't have told you to come out. Why he gonna tell you to come out if he coming to get you out? Huh? It's something you have to do. Do your part. Do your part. Anyway, with that said, guys, I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for joining in and watching. I thank y'all for your encouragement. I thank y'all for going along and being obedient to the Father, for doing something. This is not just entertainment. It's a way of life. And we all gonna reap the benefits from that. With that said, all right, Mark Douglas, I appreciate that. Blizzards in Indiana? Yeah, I used to drive truck. I drove through there a few times. Yeah, I never got caught in a blizzard in Indiana, though. I got caught in Montana a bunch of times. Lots of love and peace. All right. Well, with that said, God bless y'all. I'm speaking it on you. I'm speaking this blessing up on everybody watching right now. And I'm also asking, Lord, to prick your heart if you ain't made a move, to make a move. I don't want you to get no rest. Lord, don't let them get no rest until they do something. Me too. Me too. Hello from H-Town. All right. Well, guys, we got to make a move because the NWO is coming. Don't trust in these politics. They put these puppets before us. They like, who you want, this one or this one? I don't want neither one of them. But they're not going to let you put who you want to put in there. It's their system. And their system is going to turn into the mark of the beast system. 2 blocks from the lake, Well, you might want to store up you some fresh water. Get you some 50 gallons purified, because they might make it off limits. Believe it or not, when times get hard, they're going to make it illegal. The UN has already tried to pass mandates and stuff for everybody to be like under Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. It's illegal to collect rainwater. You didn't make that rain. You didn't make that rain. And if I want to collect it, it's on me, baby. Anyway, man, let me get out of here, man. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till the next time, y'all bless y'all. Beyond Babbitt, your host, Brian Anthony, over and out. Beyond Babbitt, your host, Brian Anthony, over and out.